Hello and welcome back to the Your Best Yoga YouTube channel, where the only expectation is that you do your best, whatever that looks like today. I am back with another chair yoga sequence. So today is chair yoga level 2. And in our level 2, we're going to be adding in some more challenging poses that will require a little bit more mobility. So if you're looking for a simpler chair yoga sequence, then definitely check out chair yoga level 1 from last week. For today's practice, of course, you're going to need a chair, and I would recommend having 1 or 2 yoga blocks if you have those available. Just like in the last chair practice, mostly we're going to be using blocks for under the feet if they don't reach in different positions. So you can use books or something flat from around your house that will give you something stable to place your foot into. We are going to be using the block for one other twist, but again, you can use something else from around the house instead. All right, get set up with your chair and let's get started. Let's find our comfortable yoga seat for our practice. Trying to sit up nice and tall, I recommend having the back away from the back of the chair so that you can keep a nice tall posture. Make sure you ground those feet into the floor or again into a raised surface, blocks or books. Bringing the feet hip distance apart, lining those knees over the ankles, bringing the toes to point straight ahead. Stacking the shoulders on top of the hips. Shoulders are back and relaxed, down away from the ears. You can close the eyes, resting the palms on the thighs, and just starting to shift your focus, your awareness into the body. Checking in with how the body is feeling today. You might notice your energy level. You might notice your heart rate or your temperature. It's really becoming present in this moment, in your space. Bringing your focus to your breath. Taking your deep breaths in and out through the nose if possible. Settling into a steady rhythm of breath that you can work with throughout our practice today. At the end of your next exhale, just blinking the eyes open. You can roll your shoulders back a few times, loosening up those shoulder muscles. Rolling the shoulders forwards as well. Sliding the fingers together. Let's bring that right pinky finger on the bottom of our grip. Press those palms out. Deep inhale, sweep the arms up. Take a few deep breaths here. Exhale to side stretch, taking the right hand to the chair and bringing the left arm up and over. Still rooting down through that left sitting bone. Inhale up to center. Slide your fingers together now with the left pinky finger on the bottom of that grip. Flip the palms forward. Inhale, stretch up. Keeping those shoulders down away from your ears, even as the palms press up to the ceiling. With an exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale to come all the way back up. Take a deep breath in, reach both arms up. As you exhale, we're folding forward. Let's take those hands all the way down toward the floor or rest them on the shins. Let the neck relax. Softening into your forward fold. Inhale to slowly roll up back to your tall seated position. Time for a little twist. Bring one of your yoga blocks in between your feet. Now your block can be on whichever height will work best for you, and you'll figure that out in just a moment. I'm going to keep mine at its middle height. Slide forward in your chair just a little bit. Still bringing those ankles under the knees. We're going to start with a twist toward the right. So you're going to take your left hand, fold down, bring that left hand flat onto the block or onto books. We're going to stretch our right arm all the way back behind us to catch the back of the chair seat. Now here's the twist. As we open this right shoulder up, starting to lift up through the chest, you can look toward the right. If that block is too low, bring it up higher. Same thing. Keep breathing. Inhale to untwist. We're switching sides. So right hand comes onto the block, left arm sweeps around behind you, reaches for the back of the chair, lifting up through that left shoulder, opening through the chest, trying to keep those knees forward, twisting. Inhale to untwist and slowly roll up back to your tall sitting position. That block can be moved out of the way as we move toward the lower body, giving that right knee a big hug. So just taking the hands to the shin and hugging that knee in as much as you can. It might not be as high as me, that's totally fine. Soften through that hip crease. Try to stay sitting tall so you're not rounding through the back. We're going to bring some circles in here, so getting that hip moving. So we circle the knee a few times in one direction and the other. Good. Bring the knee back to center. Take the hands to hold the back of the thigh. Now you can keep that thigh up as high as feels comfortable for you, but we're going to start to reach that right foot forward, straightening through the right knee. Right toes are flexed, reaching up toward the ceiling, and I can feel a lovely big stretch through the back of my right leg. Hopefully you can too. Breathing here. All right, here we're moving right into our thread the needle. So you're going to cross that right ankle up and over to the top of the left thigh. Release the hands and start to let this knee release down toward the floor. So your knee might not be as low as mine, it might be up here. That's okay. Now just notice where you feel a stretch. You should be feeling a stretch through that outer right hip area. If it's already a big stretch, you can stay right here. If not, and you want to deepen the stretch, we're leaning forward, belly comes toward the thighs. Breathe here. Make sure that left foot is still flat on the floor, rooting you to the ground. Inhale to come all the way back up. Uncross the right leg, plant that foot. Make sure once again the ankle lines up under the knees, sitting tall. Repeating on the other side, left knee gets a hug. Circle it out. Bring the knee back to center and slide the hands to the back of the thigh, stretching that left foot up and forward as you straighten through the left knee. Breathe into that stretch. And then lifting that left ankle to the top of the right thigh. Again, releasing this knee down toward the floor. You might have noticed my left side is tighter than the right. This knee does not release as far down as on the other side. That's totally fine. Deep breath in. If you'd like, if you have the space, lean into that stretch. Inhale, coming all the way back up, stepping the left foot down onto the floor. All right, we're going to take the legs wide for a forward fold next. So I want you to step your feet as wide as feels okay. So you want to notice that you're getting a stretch through the inner thighs, but you don't want it to be too intense. I'm still trying to keep my knee and my ankle lined up as best I can. And when you take the feet wider, you might need to place something under the soles of the feet if it's harder to reach the ground. So from here, starting sitting nice and tall, take a deep breath in, sweep those arms up. As you exhale, we're taking a side stretch. So you're going to take the right elbow to the right thigh, stretch that left arm over, but keep that left foot down into the floor. Keep the left knee open. Don't let it collapse inward. Inhale to come up, lift up both arms. Exhale, side bend, other way. Inhale to come up, reach up, deep breath in, stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, reaching down toward the floor. If you can't touch the floor, you might slide a block or something under the hands. Soften through those hips. Same thing, try to keep those knees open. Don't let them collapse inward. Inhale to slowly roll up, press through the feet to help. Coming to sit tall, bring the knees in together. All right, we've come to our warrior series on the chair. Now this can be tricky, so if you need to just watch the setup and then take the video back to join in, please feel free to do that. So we're starting with warrior 2 on the chair. We're going to start with our right leg being supported most by the chair. So you're going to turn so that your right thigh bone is mostly supported onto the chair seat. So I'm not sitting with my thigh completely off the chair. My thigh is mostly supported by that chair seat. Again, you might need to place something under the right foot if it doesn't reach the floor. Right knee and right ankle, we want those to line up just like in our regular warrior 2. Now our back leg is going to stretch back and your left toes want to point forward. So again, just like in our standing warrior 2, our back foot is parallel with the back edge of the mat. Our front toes point straight ahead. Now, we want to try to line those two heels up as best you can. So you don't want this left foot to be way ahead of the right foot. And then notice where your hip bones are. So mine are about here, and you can tell they're pointing sort of forward toward the knee or toward the right side. I want to try to open those hip bones out toward the front of the mat. Again, just like in our standing warrior 2. It's not going to be as easy, and you're going to feel a lot of work in the hips here. So my hips are starting to move. Now my hip bones are pointing a little more forward. That's great. I'm pressing down into the baby toe edge of that back foot as best I can. Front knee has collapsed in just a little. I'm trying to keep the knee in line with the ankle. Again, lots of hip work happening here. Now we're going to inhale to take those arms out. Turn the gaze over the right fingers, relax the shoulders, and breathe here. Strong arms, back leg is active. One more breath. Coming into our dancing warrior as we flip our right palm up and rotate just the arms. So we're stretching that right hand up toward the ceiling, feeling a stretch through that the right side body. Left hand is just resting gently on that back leg. Back leg is still strong, don't let that knee bend. Exhale back to your warrior 2, and then release. Release the arms, sort of drag that back leg in. Give yourself a moment, maybe rock the knee side to side there, and let's do the other side. So, shuffling so that the left thigh can be supported by the chair, stretching the right leg out behind you. Left knee, left ankle line up. My two heels are trying to line up. Back leg is strong and straight, pressing into the baby toe edge of my back foot. My hips are starting to open toward the front of the mat, as are my shoulders. As you inhale, sweep those arms up, turning the gaze over those left fingers. Breathing here in your warrior 2. Dancing warrior, flip that left palm up, stretch the left arm all the way up toward the ceiling. Make sure your right knee stays straight, your right leg is strong still. Inhale to your warrior 2. Exhale to release. Legs come in, shake them out a little bit. Good, that was a good one, hey? All right, so this level 2 chair yoga includes a little bit of core work. Yes, I said it. We're doing some core work, some ab work today on the chair. So we're doing sort of a variation of boat pose and yoga bicycle. So somewhere in the middle here. You're going to slide yourself a little bit forward on the chair so you have some space to lean back. You might start holding the chair if that's most comfortable, but you want to take the shoulders back so they're leaning back behind the hips, and start to bring those legs up. So here we are in a boat pose. So you can have the hands behind the thighs. My back is not resting into the chair seat, but it is activating those muscles. So my shoulders are back, my core is strong. Now you could stay right here if that's already a lot of work for you. Or if you'd like to add the bicycle step in, you're going to take the hands away from the backs of the thighs, and you're going to start to pedal out those legs. So you might want to hold on to the chair to do this. I'm still not resting my back. Lots of ab work going on here as I pedal out those legs. Keep breathing. Let's do this for 2 more deep breaths. Can you feel those abs working? And then place those feet down. Take a big deep breath, stretch. And exhale to fold. Let it all go. Inhale to slowly roll yourself back up. Sitting nice and tall, we're just going to do a little twist as a release. So making sure those feet are flat on the floor. Deep breath in. A little out of breath from that bicycle. Stretch and exhale to twist to the right. Inhale to center, sweep those arms up. Exhale to twist to the left. Inhale to center. Time for Shavasana, chair Shavasana. So find yourself comfortable in your seat. You can lean back into that chair seat now. Try to keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Palms resting on the legs, feet staying flat on the floor. Eyes closing. And for the next few minutes, you get to just rest. Letting the body rest effortlessly for a few minutes until you need to get up and do something in your day. I really hope you enjoyed this more challenging chair practice. Let me know in the comments below, or make sure to hit like on the video. And I will see you next week for a new yoga practice. Thank you. Namaste.